Galway star, Josie Gallagher, who played for Galway between 1944 and 1953, winning a Railway Cup medal in 1947 and a National League medal in 1951. Yesh Love Dager Elva Anam, and we send our condolences to all of Josie Gallagher's relatives and friends.
From 1944 to 1953, a forward of great renown, he was on the Railway Cup winning team in 1947 with Connacht and on the successful Galway side in the National Hurling League final of 1951. Josie Gallagher was an excellent exponent of the many skills of hurling, specialising in the sideline cut and accurate free-taking. Josie Gallagher imas gomanahan natira. We extend sympathy to the bereaved agus gwimid suivnas shiri da anam. Nishagwinoshla Auran Navian.
Great roar from the crowd then as Galway go back to defend the goal away to our left. And a quick check on the Cork team, which is happy to have Timmy McCarthy back at centre half forward. He missed the semi-final against Antrim. Dickie Murphy getting the match underway. I can tell you that the Galway team is as selected, no changes on either team in fact. And remember that the slight breeze in the first half is favouring the Munster champions. Munster champions who have amassed big totals in all of their games. That's the Galway team there, the people to look for. Vinnie Maher at full back, of course Michael Healy there, centre half back, and up front in that full forward line Kevin Broderick and Eugene Clunan. First sideline ball of the match over on that far side will be taken by Jeffrey Linsky from the Liam Mellows club. Played well in the semi-final here against Kilkenny. That on the day of the third match between Offaly and Clare. Diarmuid O'Sullivan, the Cork man, leading that one there to Derek Barrett to get the clearance in. Sean O'Halpine coming out smartly to try and collect this one. Mickey O'Connell deemed to pick the ball off the ground, and that's going to be a free downfield for the tribesmen. Rory Gantley there at right half forward this afternoon. Both sides lining up in the 1-15 situation as they were selected. It's going to be interesting to see how the Galway half-forward line, which has been restructured, will cope against the Cork half-back line, which is identical to the side they put out here against Galway last year. Pádraig Walsh, the free taker. He'll take most of the long-range frees. In there towards Mark Kerrins. Diarmuid O'Sullivan here, who, of course, is Cork's senior captain this year, although the captaincy at under-21 level belongs to Dan Murphy. Murphy of the Ballincollig club. That's Brian O'Keefe there from Blackrock. Just noticed that in the Galway full back line, Vinnie Maher has been switched now in the last few seconds to pick up Joe Dean, so he's right corner back. It's John Feeney, the number 4, who is full back, and Liam Batten has gone to left corner back. Again, it's Cork's half-back line there, and Derek Barrett in particular fouled after he played that ball away. He's been in the thick of the action twice so far, getting in valuable clearances. This is where he was booting the ball away there with the right boot, and coming in to collide with him was Alan Kearns. So it gives Joe Dean a first chance of a score in this match. Joe now very much an established senior star. 8 goals and 23 points in 4 games so far before today, and he's got the first of the match. Just a couple of minutes gone. First free for Joe Dean, first point for Cork. Cork this afternoon bidding to win the title for the 11th time. Galway trying to take home the trophy for the 8th time in all. And it's a trophy, of course, as opposed to a cup. That's got up towards Timmy McCarthy. Liam Madden there, trying to deny Brian O'Keefe. Picked up smartly here by Fergal Healy. Fergal, who used to be one of the forwards, now back at right half-back. Two sides who know one another so terribly, terribly well, going right back to 1994 in some cases. They've met in minor finals, semi-finals, under-21 finals. Dan Murphy trying to get under that ball. Comes instead towards Eugene Clunan, trying to get in the equalising score, but he's put it to the right. So Galway's first wide. Eugene Clunan, of course, one of the stars of Athenry. And, of course, he played as goalkeeper 2 years ago here. Facing Galway for the 4th year in a row is Donal O'Cusack, the Cork goalkeeper. That's Jeffrey Linsky. Down towards Kevin Broderick. They'll expect a good return from Kevin Broderick. Going across to Markham there. Wayne Sherlock. Good clearance towards Luke Mannix. Cork have had to change the furniture a few times in midfield in this particular championship. It's their 5th game. It's Galway's 2nd. Here's Alan Kearns, the senior star. That angled ball across, runs on towards Eugene Clunan. At the second touch, gets it up onto his stick. Following him everywhere is Mark Prendergast from the Napiershicks club. So a free to Galway and a chance of the equaliser. That run by Eugene Clunan, and not much doubt about the foul. Prendergast goes backwards. Clunan then with this opening opportunity of getting his first score and tying up the match after nearly 5 minutes play. Well, he's usually deadly accurate, but he's missed his first one. Here was a player who played up on the forward lines for his club in the club final 2 years ago, caused Brian Lohan of Wolfe Tones in Shannon a lot of difficulty that particular afternoon. Alan Kearns taking this one away. He was trying to get the ball away, but the referee says, hang on, there was a foul of possession there. It's going to be a free in by all accounts, and it's going to be Joe Dean who will take it. So a chance of a 2nd Cork point, just inside the 45-metre line. Again, a nice accurate shot from Joe Dean. 2 frees and 2 points. Cork with the only scores so far, and very happy young followers here. There's a very youthful feel about the crowd here this afternoon. Lots and lots of youngsters have been brought to the match by their parents and by their clubs as well, from Cork and from Galway. That's Martin Cullinan trying to give a decent service in there to Eugene Clunan. Getting out ahead of Mark Prendergast, needing some support. Rory Gantley trying to burrow his way past Sean O'Halpine. Back to Mark Kearns. Tight angle. Runs right across towards Kevin Broderick. Always danger when Broderick's about. Here comes Dan Murphy, resorting to the boot, kicking it clear in towards his own half-forward line, towards Neil Ronan. Here's Timmy McCarthy, being marked there by Michael Healy. Cork, the overwhelming favourites in the minds of most people going into this match, and the incentive could hardly be greater for Galway. Vinnie Murphy's clearance. Not that used to the full-back position. Martin Cullinan for Galway, down towards Mark Kearns. Got there well ahead of Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Kearns, a brother of Alan, young enough for under-21 again next year, and he's got the first point for Galway. It's Mark Kearns who gets it. So he narrows the gap. Very much an individual point as he rose up for that one there against the very formidable Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Took it away from his man, made some space, and a fine shot. So it's 2 points to 1. Mickey O'Connell is beaten by Rory Gantley. Diarmuid O'Sullivan has this one, or should have. The point scorer for Galway coming in to try and close him down. Mickey O'Connell there. Again, it's Rory Gantley going back, foraging well, and so far Sean O'Gallagher having some difficulty holding on to the Galway number 10. And you can hear the coaches there. Martin Coleman, one of the selectors, former Cork goalkeeper, shouting to the half-forwards, telling them to go way, way down. O'Halpine coming out here smartly is Fergal Healy. Dropping it across there again, it's Mark Kearns getting that favourable break. Now looking for the equaliser from 45 metres out, and he's put it over the bar. Sides are level. Galway's 2 points coming from play, Cork's 2 points coming from frees. This was a beautiful catch again by Mark Kearns, and indications early on that the Galway forwards are causing problems to the Cork backs. Timmy McCarthy trying to break this one. Luke Mannix is in there as well. Jeffrey Linsky trying to steal in. That's Michael Healy, the hand pass outside towards Alan Kearns. Trying to deny him there was Neil Ronan. Fired along the ground here. Beautifully played by Colm Connaughton. Kevin Broderick now stealing inside Wayne Sherlock's cover. Broderick, who, well, gets a second chance. Good stop by Donald O'Cusack. This is a very highly rated young goalkeeper down in Cork. Jeffrey Linsky under the dropping ball with Neil Ronan. Michael Healy coming out for it. Match all tied up. Referee whistling. And that's going to be a free to Cork, and the referee having a little word with one of the Galway players, as Kevin Broderick's shot there just a few minutes ago, at the second time of asking, produced a fine save and good positioning by Cusack. Mickey O'Connell coming out to take this one. It's just inside the 65-metre line. Light breeze behind him, trying to restore Cork's advantage, but that's gone to the right. Mickey O'Connell, who hails from Middleton. And I'm reminded by one of the fans coming in here today about one young Middleton player, a young lad called Shane Farmer, who's injured and couldn't be here today, and they want to wish him well, all of the Middleton club. Diarmuid O'Sullivan from famed Cloyne, half blocked by Mark Kearns. Sean O'Gallagher trying to get space. It's left behind there too. Wayne Sherlock. O'Connell trying to break this one with Fergal Healy. Great commitment there by Michael Healy, namesake. Sean O'Gallagher towards Mickey O'Connell, trying to take it away from his man. A hefty challenge coming in on him. The challenge was by Pádraig Walsh. The referee says fair play, and it's going to be a line ball for Galway, but it really was quite a hefty challenge, and it certainly didn't look shoulder to shoulder by any manner of means. Kearns towards Martin Cullinan. Derek Barrett, the number 5 for Cork. Now Rory Gantley. Chasing after him is Luke Mannix. Gantley trying to put Galway in front, in towards Eugene Clunan, back out again. Mark Kearns, the man who's got the scores so far for Galway. That's gone off a defender, off Diarmuid O'Sullivan, and it's the game's first 65. Well, it's an interesting switch. He played at left half forward in the semi-final here against Kilkenny. But really, at under-21 level in the last couple of years, these are the two teams who have really dominated the grade. Indeed, both coaches were saying yesterday that the best matches that they've had so far have been against one another in challenge matches this year. Here's the 65, taken by Walsh and put over the bar. Pádraig Walsh, that's a fine strike. And Galway take the lead by 3 points to 2. First time of the match they've led. Fans enjoying the sunshine this afternoon. It's like a nice July day. Not that we had too many nice July days this particular year. Everybody under it. Johnny Farrell seems to have come out momentarily out into the half-forward line. Indeed, that's a switch that Cork has made. Sean O'Halpin firing it in, and it would appear that Neil Ronan has gone in there to the fringe of the square, where he's been marked by John Feeney. So Cork making a change there, a significant one indeed, because they're unhappy clearly about the dominance of Michael Healy for Galway at centre half back. Farrell came off the bench last year, scored a very fine goal. This is broken forward again towards Timmy McCarthy. Over his head, in towards Ronan, seemed to get a push in the back. And that's picked up well here by John Feeney, brother of Brian, of course. One-handed, Dan Murphy was trying to get that away. Needs the assistance of Sean O'Halpin. Chased all around here by Colm Connaughton. That's a beautiful fetch. But it's left behind by Pádraig Walsh. Brian O'Keefe nipping in smartly for Cork. This is Shawnee Farrell. Putting it again towards the right. 3 or 4 wides now by Cork in this first half. And Galway with the advantage on the scoreboard. Shawnee Farrell has already got a couple of matches at senior championship level under his belt in this year's championship. Played well against Limerick, didn't score against Clare. That's a great catch by Rory Gantley. Coming out here quickly is Wayne Sherlock. Tidy play by the cornerback. On to Derek Barrett. Shawnee Farrell getting the better of this one in here towards Joe Dean. Dean at top of the left. Cross there marking him is Vinnie Marr wearing the number 3. Well, that was an interesting switch that Noel Lane has made to redesign his full back line to cope with the threat of Joe Dean. It's going to be a sideline ball. Mickey O'Connell shaping up like he's going to take it. Vinnie Marr goes past him. And in the end, there's assistance from the other man in the green helmet, who's Fergal Healy. Up towards another man wearing green, that's Colm Connaughton. Towards Kevin Broderick. And Broderick seemed to get the last touch on that one. He appeals. I think the linesman has got that particular call right. Cork get the decision, and it'll be Sean O'Halpin to take it. Up towards O'Connell. In towards Shawnee Farrell. Farrell having difficulty getting it away. Back down by Michael Healy. Lots of encouragement from the coaches on the sideline, as you'll hear from the sound effects. That's Colm Connaughton, who is playing at centre half forward. Sean O'Halpin getting more and more into the match in the last couple of minutes, but well aware that Rory Gantley is a very difficult player to contain. This to be taken by Mickey O'Connell. Rolling up the free carefully. That looks good. That's between the posts, it's over the bar, and it's the equaliser. Sides level for the second time. A very well delivered free by Mickey O'Connell, and it's Cork 3, Galway 3. Just a word maybe about the breeze. It's a light enough breeze and beautiful sunshine this afternoon, but it's definitely favouring the Munster champions in the first half. Noel Lane there making some preparations off the side of the field. Noel has scored the all-important goal for Galway in the All-Ireland final against Kilkenny, of course, back in 1987. That's Wayne Sherlock. In over the half-forward line, in towards Joe Dean. Clever use of possession. Dean trying to skip away there from Michael Healy. Dropping it in towards Neil Ronan, runs beyond, and it's gone off a Galway stick off John Feeney. And that's another 65, a first for Cork. But this is a player that Galway could have a few problems with before the 60 minutes is up. Lobbed in there, a couple of men going in after it. Touched a Galway stick. And it's a chance for Cork now to take the lead once again. Mickey O'Connell to hit it, the player who converted the free just a few seconds ago to tie up the match. From right in the middle of the field, High, accurate, and over. So a second point for Mickey O'Connell. And Cork take the lead once again. Remember, they started the match by leading by 2 points to 0. Gloriously warm day here in Thurles. Semple Stadium surface prepared with great care by Jimmy Purcell and his crew down here. Again, an enterprising ball forward here that almost carried too much pace. Kept in play. Neil Ronan across the face of goal. Vinnie Marr under some pressure, needing Fergal Healy to come onto it there, and there was a foul. Foul is by Joe Dean, acknowledging his indiscretion straight away to referee Dickie Murphy. A player here who's just as important to the Cork attack as Kevin Broderick is to Galway up at the other end. But interesting that in the opening 17, nearly 18 minutes of this match, the player in the inside forward line for Galway making the biggest impression is Mannix, firing it forward towards Dean again. And Galway are well aware of that particular tactic. That's why they put Vinnie Marr onto Dean. So the puck out for Galway will be taken by their new goalkeeper, Terence Grogan. That's Luke Mannix back in midfield. Luke from Fermoy. Terence Grogan, whose dad Tommy is one of the 4 selectors for Galway, part of Noel Lane's very strong backroom team. That's nicely forward there by Colm Connaughton, and the backs grouping well. Good clearance under pressure there by Wayne Sherlock. Over towards Brian O'Keefe's corner. Keefe trying to steal a march, getting inside here. This is dangerous. Oh, it's the first goal of the match. Brian O'Keefe, a goal after 19 minutes. A significant breakthrough made by Cork, who lead by 1/4 to 3 points. Brian O'Keefe, who captained Cork in the 1995 All-Ireland Minor Final against Kilkenny, rockets this one into the back of the Galway net. Just getting free for once. A lovely pass into the corner to make it all possible. Colm Connaughton. Now what will be the Galway response? Alan Kearns, and the referee says not a fair shoulder to shoulder there exercised by Diarmuid O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan going back to mind the house. It's going to be a free in, and it'll be Eugene Cloonan who will take it. So Cloonan giving this maximum care under the shadow of the stand here in Semple Stadium. That's on target, and that's over the bar. Eugene Cloonan's first point, and now the gap reduced to just a goal. Cork won 4, Galway 4 points. And let's go down to the sideline now and to Marty Morrissey.
Well, ironically, just before that goal happened, Pat McDonald had gone off the bench here. One of the Cork selectors gone down and tried to get the Cork full forward line in deep. Meanwhile, Noel Lane had made alterations to the Galway full forward line, trying to get Kevin Broderick, he had a quiet word in his ear, to try and get Kevin to roam around a bit and to get more involved in the game.
And I've noticed that as Kevin Broderick has switched to top of the left, Wayne Sherlock has gone across to maintain the marking duty. So no change in defence by Cork as Galway try to bamboozle them as best they can. Martin Cullinan leaving that one out there to Pádraig Walsh from Turlough. Down towards Mark Kearns. Kearns there again winning that high ball. He's lost the stick, going through, and he's put it wide. Well, that's 2 shots wide now by Galway in the last 2 attacks. Well, Kearns has this facility to get up high against Diarmuid O'Sullivan. He's catching good ball, but he'd lost the stick and pretty powerless after that. So just that goal separating the teams, as once again it's Alan Kearns taking it forward. Dan Murphy trying to stop them. It's Derek Barrett coming across here. Galway coming through. Alan Kearns. Broderick alongside him, shortening the grip on the stick, and it's over the bar. Alan Kearns' first point. So now the gap has been reduced to just 2 points. 1-4, that's 7 points to Galway's 5. No lane there just behind the Cork goal. Donal Cusack pucking this one out towards Mickey O'Connell, knocked away from him. Fergal Healy leaving it for Rory Gantley. Down towards Kevin Broderick, switched. Wayne Sherlock getting the stick in, good defending. Derek Barrett saw there was a challenge coming in from Cullinan. Got away from it on his left-hand side. Great ball done, great catch, taken once again by Neil Ronan this time. But Ronan trying to make some headway against tenacious defending by Michael Healy. It's into the gap to Mickey O'Connell. Quick look at the target and it's over the bar. A third point now by Mickey O'Connell. One from a free, one from a 65, one from play, and Cork with a 1-goal advantage. And he's got a very slight hand injury, it seems, or Cork will be hoping it's slight. This is the goal again here, and it was Brian O'Keefe advancing, causing all kinds of problems, and he lashed it away into the top left-hand corner. Terence Grogan's puck out, dropping into the middle of the field. He's the replacement goalkeeper for Nigel Murray, who apparently has something of an injury. Timmy McCarthy to Mickey O'Connell, and another very good shot by O'Connell. He's having a fine match. 4 points by O'Connell, still concerned about the hand injury, but it's 1-6-5. Well, Cork have now settled very well, causing problems most definitely for the Galway rear guard. And O'Connell in particular is going to take some watching. O'Connell has now switched to right half forward. It's Shawnee Farrell at centre half forward, and it's Timmy McCarthy who is left half forward. Galway, by comparison, maintaining the same balance in their half-back line with Fergal Healy, Michael Healy and Jeffrey Linsky in a row. This is towards the goal scorer again, but this time good defending by Liam Madden. Sean O'Halpine left Rory Gantley behind, storming forward. Just overhitting that one a little. John Feeney letting it drop down. Once again it's Brian O'Keefe. Now Neil Ronan from Ballyhay. Hand pass back towards Timmy McCarthy. A little bit of a block on it, taking the sting out of it. And I think that should be a puck out because it's been given as a 65, but I have an idea that Brian O'Keefe touched it last. I just think O'Keefe may have got the hand to it, and that's why the Galway defenders were protesting. But the umpire clearly didn't get as good a read on it. And it's going to be a 65 for Cork. No Lane pacing up and down the sideline. His opposite number, of course, is Bertie Og Murphy. Bertie Og hoping to win the title for the second year in a row. So Mickey O'Connell from Middleton, ready to hit this 65. His second of the match. He made the first one, and this one has gone to the left. I think justice may just have been done there. Bertie Og Murphy, son of Tyga, of course, who got that all-important goal for Cork in the 1983 Munster final, which Kerry fans have never forgotten. And still Mickey O'Connell is deeply concerned about the injury. It may be more than just a slight hand injury. Terence Grogan's puck out, varying it this time. Taken by Alan Kearns. They expect a big performance from Kearns. Kevin Broderick trying to steal inside. Galway have made a switch, by the way. They brought Alan Kearns out onto the 40 in a switch with Colm Connaughton. Connaughton, who played full forward against Kilkenny in the semi-final of this series. That's Liam Madden. This is towards the aforementioned Mark Kearns. How will he do now out on the 40? He was doing quite well when decent ball was coming in at full forward level. Here's Eugene Cloonan, 45 metres out. And that's gone over. Cloonan's second point. The goal separating the teams once again, with now under 4 minutes to go to the break. Eugene Cloonan put the head down. Very direct style of hurling. And that's over the bar. Cloonan, who burst on the scene at senior level almost as soon as he was straight out of minor, didn't play in the championship this year. Stalemate. Luke Mannix getting that ball outside to Mickey O'Connell again. When he gets free, he's quite deadly. He's having a wonderful match, and now he's got 5 points, a mix of points from play and points from frees, and Cork lead by 1-1. That ball just broke away outside to O'Connell. The marking is not good by Jeffrey Linsky. Batted in there again by Austin Welch towards Brian O'Keefe. This time it's Liam Madden who takes it. Touched back down there by Martin Cullinan, but back towards Shawnee Farrell, aware from the moment it left his stick it was well wide of the target. So now let's go back down to the sideline once again to Marty.
Game, and as I speak, Fergal Healy and Jeffrey Linsky are switching wings in an effort to curb one Michael O'Connell from Middleton.
Yeah, well, that's no great surprise. Mickey O'Connell now being picked up by Fergal Healy, as you say. Jeffrey Linsky's new man is Shawnee Farrell, who's a big, tall customer. Timmy McCarthy continues to be at left half forward, and going across to mark him is Michael Healy. So Cork still with a 4-point advantage. Running repairs by Fergal Healy. Dickie Murphy hoping that he'll hurry it up, but about 2 minutes to go to the break. Galway themselves looking for another score or two before the half-time whistle. Sean O'Halpine going across there. This is picked up by Martin Cullinan for Galway. The angle shot by Cullinan has tailed away to the left. Galway well aware that they're up against a side of great class, a team that's put together a lot of scores, as you heard before the start of the match. They hit 4-18 against Clare. They hit 6-16 against Waterford, 3-18 against Tip and 3-15 against Antrim. So they're quite capable of putting up a big score, but so too are Galway, if they can find a run of form. Hit away by Mark Prendergast. Luke Mannix saying to Shawnee Farrell, leave it to me. Into the two-man inside forward line. Joe Dean there, and O'Keefe. Out nicely there, and hit away by Vinnie Marr. Sean O'Halpine steadying himself, keeping it away from Alan Kearns. Vinnie Marr still doing a marking job on Joe Dean, whose 2 points in the first half have come from place balls. That's Mark Prendergast, up once again into the corner there towards Brian O'Keefe. Nicely away. Hit back again by O'Keefe. Mickey O'Connell had switched into the corner, this time missed by Vinnie Marr, but I think it was deliberate. It'll all result in a puck out for Galway. So we're almost into injury time. The end of a first half where Cork got the first 2 points from this man here, Joe Dean. Then Galway went in front following some good work by Mark Kerrins. But the goal after 19 minutes seems to have unsettled the confidence of Galway somewhat. And I'm sure Noel Lane will be just dying to get them in at half-time just to try and give them a little bit of self-belief and extra motivation, with the whole of the second half still to come. Again, some good play by Brian O'Keefe, but this time back there to help out is Fergal Healy towards Kevin Broderick's wing. We haven't seen much of Kevin Broderick. This is Alan Kearns, and the linesman on the far side, who is Pat Horan from Offaly, waving his flag furiously. And I'm sure he's just given the indication there that time is up to referee Dickie Murphy. 30-minute half, of course, at under 21 level. Martin Cullinan will hit this one. Martin from Castlegar. Dropped in there. And the referee has given the signal, the end of 30 minutes. And it's Cork who go in with a 4-point lead, having had a light enough breeze at their backs for the first half. The all-important score in the match was a goal by Brian O'Keefe from Blackrock and Cork after 19 minutes, when he stole in beyond the defence and cracked home a beauty. And at half-time, it's Cork 1-7, Galway 6 points.
Yes, good lively match so far. Cork justifying their favourites tag. Tomas Mulcahy is happy with what he's seen so far. Just exactly how happy, I'll be asking him after the commercial break.
Galway, however, Pádraig Walsh, the one who was trying to belt that one forward. Here's Neil Ronan. Joe Dean trying to skip away from Vinnie Marr. Nice little turn. Vinnie Marr dragged his man back. The maroon jersey that we will be getting so familiar with in the build-up next week, of course, to the All-Ireland football final, Galway's second big date in a week in a major final, the big one against Kildare, of course, next Sunday afternoon. Right now, it's Joe Dean who can once again make the best possible start to the half, just as he did when the match started at 3:45. He's now got his third point. All of his scores coming from frees, however, but that was one he made himself, and he's made it 1-8 to 6 points. So now really putting it up to Galway. Side have come here with a good reputation. Austin Walsh, the player in the thick of the action here for Cork, getting a pat in the head from Neil Ronan for his troubles, and I see that Galway have a new man in as well. This is the confirmation of the Cork switch, but I think I just caught a glimpse there of number 19 Darren Shaughnessy, who was said to have had a broken toe and couldn't start, but he's in right now playing at top of the left. Derek Barrett hitting this free. It's a huge one downfield. Shawnee Farrell's after it. Timmy McCarthy's in there, whipped away by Fergal Healy. Back out again towards John Anderson, the new man in. Spills away out here to Mickey O'Connell, darts around Vinnie Marr. Well, that's the second aggressive foul by Vinnie Marr at the start of the second half, and the referee may be forced into taking his name this time. Well, not much the referee could do about it. That was a pretty hefty blow. So Vinnie Marr is booked for this latest foul here on Mickey O'Connell. He's been the danger man. 5 points in the first half, 3 of them coming from plays from frees. Joe Dean striking it well. Technically very good as a free taker, and all of a sudden the gap opens to 6 points. That's touched down by Dan Murphy. Coming in here is Alan Kearns, keeping it a low along the ground. Back towards Mickey O'Connell. Wayne Sherlock. Back here again towards Martin Cullinan. Cullinan on his left-hand side looking for the first score of the second half, but he's put it away to the right. Just to confirm that Galway did make a change, and the player has come on, of course, is Darren Shaughnessy going off, Colm Connaughton. Donal O'Cusack, also from Cloyne, same club as his full-back Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Over Alan Kearns' head, contesting there John Anderson. John from Glen Rovers, who played against Tipperary in the Munster final when Cork were much the better team. Well, it's at a phase of the game when Galway really needs some bit of inspiration from some quarter of the field. Michael Healy from Castlegar will hit this one. Connecting well, but not getting the direction, however, and there was little Kevin Broderick could do about that. Hasn't scored so far, Kevin Broderick. Hampered by hamstring last year, with the same two teams met in the under-21 final. The line ball for Cork about to be taken by Sean O'Go-Halpine. Sean from the Na Piarsaigh club up on Fairhill. Great cut up. Michael Healy touches it down well. Good combined play there with Pádraig Walsh. Diarmuid O'Sullivan coming out for that, not too sure where the ball was going. Here it comes, Darren Shaughnessy outside to Eugene Cloonan, and here's a chance. Well saved by Donal O'Cusack. A great chance for Galway. They might well have done something there. The angle, in fairness to Eugene Cloonan, was tight enough, but the goalkeeping was superb by Donal O'Cusack. And that's away by Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Down towards Brian O'Keefe's corner. Going across here to cover off for them is Fergal Healy. And the referee is calling back the play. There was a wild pull there as Diarmuid O'Sullivan was trying to get that ball away, but this was a tremendous save, full of courage, commitment and skill by Donal O'Cusack. No wonder he's rated the top young goalkeeper in the country. Well, he might by now have made his senior championship debut, but of course the man in possession, Ger Cunningham, is still playing some great hurling. The referee is calling across a couple of players, Eugene Clunan and also Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Had a word with both of them. Busy couple of weeks for Dickie Murphy from County Wexford. An all-Leinster team of officials in charge this afternoon. Pat Horan on this near side, Pat Delaney on the far side. Ball is thrown in and away smartly by Fergal Healy. Appeals from both sides. It's going to be a Cork sideline ball. Austin Walsh tapping it back there to Derek Barrett. Again on his left-hand side, really opening up the broad shoulders inside beyond the full forward Shawnee Farrell. Dean was coming in on it. Vinnie Marr was there as well, and it's Dean who in the end got the ball over the end line. And it'll be a puck out to Galway. Galway, who need to get a greater edge at midfield, and their half-forward line, which has now been restructured. It reads Cullinan on the right-hand side, Gantley in the middle now on Dan Murphy, and Darren Shaughnessy at left half-forward. Up against a very experienced and crafty Cork half-back line. Alan Kearns in towards Gantley. Coming in here, however, is Sean O'Halpine for them, closing off the gaps, attracting 3 Galway men to him. Dan Murphy hit the ball off the referee, Dickie Murphy. Dan is a little bit annoyed because he felt he'd get after it came off Dickie Murphy's leg, but Dickie had already blown the whistle. It'll be a throw between the two number 8s, Walsh and Walsh, and it's Pádraig Walsh of Galway who got there first. John Anderson beating Michael Healy to it, down to Joe Dean. Vinnie Marr in the green helmet for Galway. Dean heading away on a solo run, inside towards Timmy McCarthy. McCarthy low and hard, saved on the goal line. Terence Grogan making the save. Good clearance by the young goalkeeper, but only straight as far as Austin Walsh. Back to Mickey O'Connell, this one comes. O'Connell's shot is high, it's accurate, and it's over the bar. A man-of-the-match type performance by Mickey O'Connell. He's made it 110 to 6 points, and that's his 6th point of this match. This the save a few minutes ago there by Terence Grogan. Ooh, difficult to hold, but he did well with Brian O'Keefe coming in on top of him. Timmy McCarthy beaten this time by Alan Kearns, and the referee sees some jostling out of picture, and he's calling aside Derek Barrett and Darren Shaughnessy. Notebook out again, so Derek Barrett has his name taken. It would appear that Darren Shaughnessy will very soon follow him into the little book. The referee has been forced to take far more names in this match than he took in last year's senior final. All a bit impetuous. Two sides who know one another so terribly, terribly well, having played in various challenge matches before the start of the championship itself. And of course teams who've played against one another for the last 3 or 4 years. As we said earlier, they have dominated minor and under-21 hurling, stretching back to about 1995. That's one again by Mickey O'Connell, and he's got a belted to the side of the face accidentally as the follow-through was made. Stalemate broken by Timmy McCarthy, but the referee whistling once again, not allowing an advantage to accrue to Timmy McCarthy. I think the referee is trying to lay down the law here to players on both teams. Joe Dean is coming out to take this free. The free about 50 metres out. The breeze against him. Dean with 4 points from frees so far. Going towards the left, but it might creep inside, and it does creep inside the left-hand post. That's 5 points now for Joe Dean, and Cork with a handsome lead of 111 to 6 points. Galway yet to score in the second half, and 10 minutes now gone. Let's go down to the sideline once more to Marty Morrissey.
Well, despite that scoreline at the moment, Galway still believe they can win this match. They've now moved Eugene Cloonan in full forward, Mark Kearns in the corner, and giving Kevin Broderick a free run.
This is Derek Barrett. Downfield towards John Anderson, stopped here by Michael Healy. Healy operating at right half back. Jeffrey Linsky is now centre half back, marking Timmy McCarthy. Meanwhile, it's Kevin Broderick. If anybody can inspire them, it's Broderick. Inside towards Alan Kearns. Stopped, however, here by Mark Prendergast. Prendergast with a huge clearance way downfield. Racing out for it here, but missing it completely was Liam Madden. It goes on to the goal scorer, Brian O'Keefe. O'Keefe getting inside, looking for a second one. And the whistle is sounded. It's stopped on the goal line by John Feeney. Kevin Fennelly, who played in the Masters match before this, scored one of the goals for Kilkenny as they had a victory. Watching this run again by Brian O'Keefe, an exciting young player, going in there, and the referee had whistled, and the referee seemed to have indicated that it's going to be a penalty for Cork. Brian O'Keefe, the player who was fouled, Dickie Murphy then awarding a penalty in a major match for the second week in a row. Last week it was DJ who missed it. This time it's Diarmuid O'Sullivan who's coming up from full back to try and take it. And as with DJ last week, I'm sure he's going for a goal. It'd hardly bring him all the way up otherwise. So O'Sullivan, senior captain this year, and that by virtue of Imokilly's wonderful success and Cloyne's success in intermediate last year. Here's O'Sullivan, and it's stopped on the line. A great save. Shawnee Farrell's in after it. Out it comes towards Liam Madden, and the danger is averted. And now Diarmuid O'Sullivan has to race all the way back up the field again. Alan Kearns trying to set Galway into the attack. Up towards Kevin Broderick. Stopped here by Wayne Sherlock. Well, it was a great save on the goal line there. Galway still feel they're in the hunt here, I'm sure, for honours. Timmy McCarthy knocking it in, out by John Feeney. Out to Mickey O'Connell. Nobody marking him. Alan Kearns getting very late in to try and close him down. And it's Liam Madden again. Derek Barrett drops it the first time. Tries to go after it. Darren Shocknessy gets it free. Rory Gantley inside here towards Mark Kearns, and he is fouled by Diarmuid O'Sullivan. And O'Sullivan will have to be careful because he's already been booked in this match. This was a wonderful save at the other end, right on the goal line there. And it was the number 6, Michael Healy, who got it away. Frustration for the Cork number 3, Diarmuid O'Sullivan. This will only be Galway's first point of the second half if Eugene Cloonan can convert. Well within his range, and he taps it over nicely. 13 minutes into the second half, just about raises a cheer from the Galway following. It's only their 7th point. Well, Galway would appear to be about to introduce Eamon Donoghue from Mulla. John Anderson letting that one run out there to Joe Dean. Vinnie Marr trying to close him, likewise Michael Healy. Fergal Healy coming out here to try and take it away from Austin Welch. Out to Mickey O'Connell. What a match he's playing. That's beautifully high and radar-like over the bar and between the posts. 7 points for O'Connell. They've tried a combination of different players on him. It's Alan Kearns right now, but it's 112-7. Bertie Og Murphy must be a very delighted coach. Today it's the turn of Mickey O'Connell to really turn it on. Fergal Healy coming into it. Martin Cullinan. Bit of a wild chop there, and the referee whistling for a free for Galway. Dickie Murphy's had a very busy time in this particular match. Just a couple of niggling things happening from time to time. But because of the age of the players, I think he decided to step in quickly and diffuse anything that might later develop. It's Eugene Cloonan. That's over the bar. 2 in a row then for Eugene Cloonan, and 4 points in all of that Galway tally of 8. And this is the incident just before that led to the free. It was a pull down there by number 8 Austin Welch. Timmy McCarthy went down low to catch that one. A hurler and a footballer. In it goes towards Shawnee Farrell. Dean's there as well, the sun in the eyes of the backs. Dean trying to link up with Shawnee Farrell again. And that shot by Farrell has gone to the left. He's a little disappointed, hasn't scored in the match so far, the young player from Carricktool. So it'll be Terence Grogan to pop this ball out, and about 15 minutes to go. Over the head, in towards the inside forward line. Eugene Cloonan coming across here. Nice diagonal run, good style. Where will this end up? It's over the bar. That's a lovely point by Eugene Cloonan. Well, he has been keeping the rate of scoring going that Galway needed in the second half. The margin down to 6 points again, but this was a wonderful individual score, an acute angle, but a terrific shot. Cloonan is now full forward there against Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Mark Kearns has gone back into the inside forward line. He's top of the left. Alan Kearns trying to dispossess Austin Welch. Comes nicely back out there again towards Timmy McCarthy, who's discarded the, or has he discarded the white helmet? No, he hasn't. That's Darren Shaughnessy. This is Derek Barrett. Barrett again here trying to keep it away, but the referee says there was a push, and it was by Darren Shaughnessy, and it's going to be a free downfield for the Cork men. Derek Barrett going across then to continue his marking job on Darren Shaughnessy. O'Halpine with that long-range free inside towards John Anderson. Stopped here by John Feeney for Galway. Down towards Darren Shaughnessy. Fergal Healy trying to keep that ball moving inside. Picked up beautifully by Mark Kearns. Nice hand pass back to Healy once again. Used to play in the forwards at minor and at the start of his under-21 career. And maybe that's the reason they decided to bring him back into the half-back line. He's played well on that half-back line. Really prepared to throw himself into the challenges there on this very humid, warm afternoon. Donal O'Cusack's puck out, dropping towards John Anderson's wing. Alan Kearns needing a bit of support. That's Michael Healy. Timmy McCarthy now going for the long-range free, and that's going to the right in spite of the best efforts of Brian O'Keefe to try and keep it in play. And some further switches I think being made. Let's hear from Marty.
Yes, indeed, Ger. Again, the Galway management team are trying to get Kevin Broderick involved. They've now moved him to left half forward and given it a strict instruction to roam around the pitch with Darren Shaughnessy in the corner.
Well, that is missed there. And it comes back once again to Wayne Sherlock, one of the stars of this Cork performance so far. That was Pádraig Walsh hitting that ball down. Recovering is Neil Ronan. Ronan from North Cork, putting the pressure on the Galway full back line. Shawnee Farrell trying to steal inside, and it's Liam Madden who was fouled as he took possession there. He's a very accomplished cornerback, and he has done a very good job in this game. The getting to know you picture. John Feeney there against Shawnee Farrell. Here they were in action just moments ago, and it was John Madden, jersey pulled, who came to Galway's rescue, and not for the first time. So as you can see, the margin is a goal and 3 points. It's still possible for Galway if they're good enough, but there's only 11 minutes remaining. Derek Barrett went for that one. Kevin Broderick is in there to try and torment him and get some useful possession. It's with Alan Kearns getting away from Austin Welch. Kearns shot high, but it's gone to the right. It was a chance. Kearns has got a point already in this game. Played in goal against Cork in the 1994 minor final. Fergal Healy waiting, man from Crockwell. Healy's now into midfield, where he's picking up Mickey O'Connell. Michael Healy in some trouble back there, needing assistance. Alan Kearns trying to float that ball away from danger. Timmy McCarthy closed him down. Kevin Broderick challenged by O'Connell. Back to McCarthy once again. Good hook by Broderick. Again Broderick. Good skill there, showing tenacity. But it's tenacity in the face of adversity as John Anderson comes onto that 45-metre line, hits the shot right-handed, and it drops over the bar. A first point in this match by John Anderson of Glen Rovers, and he's made it 113 to 9 points. Well, they were talking about this Cork team being something of a wonder team, and John Anderson part of that squad. The concern that the Cork management had coming in is that they were rated such hot favourites, in particular by the following down in Cork. But they've taken the game by the scruff of the neck and played good, sensible, simple hurling. Inside towards Joe Dean. Back out towards Shawnee Farrell. It goes to the right. It eats into the time, however, and all the while Galway are defending. It's been so difficult for the Galway forward line to break down this resolute Cork defence. Stars aplenty, like Wayne Sherlock here. Down towards Brian O'Keefe. Joe Dean coming across here, tapping it to himself. That's Vinnie Marr linking up with Madden. And he's under incessant pressure, but there was an elbow. And the referee says that's going to be a free out for Galway. Referee Dickie Murphy had no doubt, as Liam Madden is the injured player, and he felt to think that there was a bit of an elbow quite high. It was the left elbow, I think, of Dean. Free to be taken once again by Pádraig Walsh from Turlough. Huge one inside there, breaks out to Mark Kearns, and that's a great deal better by the Galway forwards. Mark Kearns has got his third point. Remember, he got the first two from play. He's now made it 113 to 10 points. And I can't help feeling, given decent service, Mark Kearns could certainly cause Cork a few more headaches. But he's young enough to play at under 21 level again next year. All this while, Cork are forced to give attention to Dan Murphy, their team captain. Well, Murphy led them last year. Kearns is one of the youngsters into the side this year. If Dan Murphy takes the trophy, he'll be emulating Philip Kennedy of Tipperary, who captained the Premier County to back-to-back under-21 successes in 1980 and 81. Some more activity, I think, down at the sideline, and Marty is ready to give it to us.
Indeed, it's just been announced here that it's quite a small crowd here at Semple Stadium today. The official attendance is 10,394, which I'm sure will disappoint some GAO officials who were expecting a massive crowd here today.
So just over 10,000 watching as Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Will he hit it? Will he let it go out? He's left it in play. That could be dangerous with Cloonan around. Back towards Mark Kearns. Diarmuid O'Sullivan fortunate to get away with that one. All of the half-backs in there to try and help him. It comes out to Martin Cullinan. Cullinan taps it in, stopped by Donal O'Cusack. And in the end, they clear it decisively downfield. Timmy McCarthy gets in after this one. Trying to take it away from Pádraig Walsh. Timmy McCarthy was the player who was expected to break through into the senior team for Cork in the last 12 months. It's taking a bit longer for him to make it. Cork have the free. And Joe Dean, who's already an established senior player, about to hit it as Pádraig Walsh goes back. Galway have just introduced in the last couple of seconds Ronan Cullinan, brother of Martin, also from Castlegar, obviously. So Ronan Cullinan has just come into the Galway team, and it looks like Rory Gantley is going to come off. Dean hitting it. It's gone in there. It drops down, and there's another chance of another goal, and it's scored once again by Brian O'Keefe. 5 minutes remain, and it's Cork's title. Not much doubt about it now. All of that coming from the free from Joe Dean that dropped in short, that was only batted out to the waiting Brian O'Keefe, and he hit that one in past Grogan and all the rest of them. So the 2-goal man of this match from Blackrock, Brian O'Keefe. Derek Barrett down to O'Keefe once again. Now he's looking for the hat-trick. Marked by Liam Madden. Well, it's one of those days when Cork went into this final maybe expecting that Joe Dean or that Shawnee Farrell might win it for them. The 2 goals have come from O'Keefe and the points have come from O'Connell. And Cork have themselves another free. And these youngsters now watching as Cork bring in Ben O'Connor from Newtown Shandrum. I think the selectors have taken the opportunity to bring in a couple of fresh men and allow a few more of the subs to share in what is surely now Cork's 11th success at under-21 level. Shawnee Farrell is the one coming off, Ben O'Connor going on. Dean hitting the free, Dean scoring. 6 points for Dean. Good return, and it's 2-14 to 10 points. Well, after Galway missed a couple of early chances, it was Cork who got those 2 vital frees from Dean, and even when Galway took the lead and made it 3 points to 2, Cork were just settling into their rhythm, and they've had the better of things during this match. Ronan Cullinan has that one knocked off a back, and it's going to be a sideline ball for Galway. Darren Shaughnessy about to hit this one. In over went Sherlock, in towards Eugene Clune, and he's stopped. And the referee has spotted the push there by Diarmuid O'Sullivan. It's going to be a free from the 20-metre line. Clune, the highest scorer for Galway in this match, as expected, with 5 points in all. Doesn't look like being enough. And that second goal would seem to have killed it off. The referee just telling him now that there is about 3 minutes left. So surely Eugene Clune will try and blast this one into the back of the net. Just looking around. 5 on the goal line. And he is trying to breach that cover. Here comes Eugene Clune. He's belted it into the back of the net. A goal and 5 points for Eugene Clune. But it's come now with just under 3 minutes to go. It was really hit with power and precision off the post and into the back of the empty net. Still urging on his colleagues, still a bit of time left. Well, Cork still look to have it won. They lead by a goal and 4 points, but still a bit of time for Galway. Hit in by Linsky that time, back out towards Derek Barrett. Again changing onto his favourite left-hand side, delivering it down towards Joe Dean. Everybody in after it. This is the substitute, Ben O'Connor. Good defending here by John Feeney. Again, Ben O'Connor, and also alongside him, Neil Ronan trying to get the block in. It's with Timmy McCarthy, the hand pass back to Derek Barrett, skipping away from danger. John Anderson just got a little touch on that one. Outside to Joe Dean, taking it round Vinnie Marr. And the foul is by Marr once again. That's about the 3rd time in the second half that the referee has given frees against the Galway number 3. Doesn't look at his happiest in that Galway full back line. So Joe Dean has the chance here to try and finish off this match. The referee just giving the signal to some of the players who are curious about the time remaining. A minute to go. Joe Dean with 6 points to his credit. And that's gone over the bar. 7 points from Joe Dean, all of them coming from frees. And some of the fans, I think, making their way away towards their cars. Martin Cullinan. Coming onto it here is Fergal Healy. Good ball inside towards Eugene Clune. Clune hand passing it outside to Fergal Healy. They go for another goal, and they've got a chance here. And Mark Kerins has got it in. And Galway get another one through Mark Kerins. That's a goal and 3 points for Kerins, but it comes in the 30th minute. And what a shame, those 2 Galway goals did not come a great deal earlier. The goal from the free is followed up by a goal from play by Kearns. It closes the gap to 5 points, but it still looks to be Cork's title as the match is in injury time. A late scare for the Cork men. Brian O'Keefe, their 2-goal hero, and Galway now encouraged by that, coming back even stronger. Pádraig Walsh, Derek Barrett, great catch, he's one of the stars. Down into space, but there's nobody there waiting for it. Instead, it's Liam Madden. They watch from the side. The referee's whistle sounds, and Cork have won the All-Ireland Under-21 hurling title. Celebration time for Shawnee Farrell, for Austin Welsh and the rest of them. Heroes right down the field, I think, from Donal O'Cusack to Joe Dean, and the 2 goals coming by Brian O'Keefe. 2 late consolation goals for Galway, not quite enough. Cork's title for the 11th time by 2:15 to 2:10.
Yes, that late flurry from Galway in the end, not nearly enough, no doubt about it in the end, but the better team won the